I'm your host of the Most Local 23. You're joining me for The Boy I Hate, Chapter 23. The next morning passes by in a flurry of hair, nail, and makeup appointments. With Betty's help, your dress fits perfectly, and Renee looks stunning in hers. Too bad we couldn't get the original dress to fit, but at least this one doesn't pinch me in annoying places. I still haven't seen Tristan yet. I'm sure he was with the guys doing all the wedding things he's supposed to. We haven't spoken since yesterday morning, and I'm uneasy about that. You stand on the steps leading up to the arbor, alongside the other bridesmaids and groomsmen. As you fight not to fidget from worry, the music transitions to the bridal chorus, prompting the crowd to stand and turn. The crowd sighs softly when Renee appears at the doorway, but it's Tristan's appearance that knocks the breath out of you. You clean up nice. And a non-traditional suit, too. I like it even more. Dressed in his tuxedo, Tristan escorts Renee down the aisle, his expression tinged with pride and sadness. He's taking on the role that should be his father's, someone who was too selfish to be here today. But they're defying the tragedy of a broken family, of a deadbeat dad, with their heads held high. Arriving at the foot of the stairs, Tristan squeezes Renee's hand in a transfer of strength. He looks so strong, but he must be hurting on the inside all the same. You know what? I'm gonna wave at him. Transfer your bouquet of flowers to the one hand, lifting the other to wave at him to catch his attention. Soft titters erupt across the ballroom while Renee shoots you a frown. Tristan doesn't react, passing Renee to a waiting Finn. I don't give a why does she have a frown? It's me waving at him and she knows how I feel. Okay, that was just a little silly, but I'm just so happy to see him, though. Watch as Tristan and Finn shake hands and hug each other tightly. On cue, the minister steps forward and in a deep, sonorous voice asks who is presenting the bride. Tristan clears his throat, clasping his hands in front of his body. Her mother and I do. As Tristan moves towards the groomsmen, Renee and Finn approach the arbor to say their vows. Wait for Tristan to notice you, to see you looking gorgeous in your dress with your hair and makeup expertly done. But instead he surveys the room, looking over at the crowd and arranged flowers and ignoring you completely. Not completely. The dude's probably worried about his sister's wedding. You fight to pay attention, to stay present, and to listen to every word, but it's impossible. He's not looking at me. Why won't he even acknowledge me? Why is he acting like this? Has he changed his mind about how he feels about me? I can't stand his silence. This pretending I'm not even here. You somehow make it through this beautiful ceremony, a happy expression pasted firmly on your face. Keep yourself together for a little longer, Samantha. Just pose and smile for the camera. When the wedding party is finally released from the photographer, you notice Tristan leaving. I don't want him to disappear again. We should talk, even if it's just to tell me that he's done. Let's wait, because illusion of choice, folks. Remember them, especially in this app. Give up. He doesn't want me. Isn't it obvious? Tristan doesn't want to be with me anymore. He must think I'm not worth his time. I don't think I can hear the words from him directly. I'm such a coward. Alone in the crowd of strangers, all you can do is watch his retiring back. Tears prickle the corner of your eyes, and you stumble towards the nearest restroom. So this is what the ladies' room looks like. The restroom is thankfully empty. You walk in the largest stall, closing and bolting the door behind you. Sitting down on the toilet in your dress, your tears start to fall. I messed up. He must be so angry about Steven being here earlier. Did he see us in the garden? I wish he'd talk to me so I can explain, but I don't think he's going to give me a chance. He's pretending that I'm not even there at all, like nothing happened between us. The door to the restroom opens, and you hold your breath, not willing to let anyone hear you cry. You hear the neighboring stall's door close before Renee's head pops up above the partition. She must be standing on the toilet while in her wedding dress. I don't know whether I should laugh or cry. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be taking pictures. We already took plenty, but I can't go on, knowing you're crying alone here. And that's what your friends are supposed to do. But you should be with Finn, your new husband. Renee shakes her head firmly. I locked the restroom door. No one else can get in. Will you come out of your stall and talk to me? Don't want to talk to Renee about Tristan. I'll stay in my stall. Sorry, Ren. I don't know how to talk to you about this. He's your brother. Wouldn't I be the best? The best people? One of the best people, excuse me. One of the best people for advice, then? Come on out. I know you don't want to talk, but I don't want my dress to dip into the toilet air. And it will eventually, because I'm not leaving here without you. Wait till lay on the guild. I'll come out. See, I told you, illusion of choice. Leaving the stall, you find Renee sitting on a chase lounge. She passed the spot next to her on the cushion. Here, sit down. Listen to me, okay? When I saw Tristan walk in the lobby the first day with you, I was relieved. Because I hadn't seen him smile like that in years. I didn't know what changed in him, but I realize now it was you. You brought something out in him, Samantha. Something I haven't seen since before he was injured. Renee places her hands on your shoulders, her gaze locked on yours. But now he's pushing you away. Can't you see that? He's pushing us all away. Don't let him. Okay. Any ideas? But what am I supposed to do? He won't even look at me. He won't even talk to me. Then make him listen. He may take his time to hear you, but he always does. I don't know if Tristan has really ever felt love, really loved, aside from me or Mom. But he wants more than us. He's been loved for his looks, loved for his body, and what he can do. But I think it's hard for him to see that love can be unconditional, that he can be himself and still have value. That people aren't perfect, and that doesn't mean love ends. Renee rises up to her feet, smoothing down her dress before offering you a hand up. He's pushing you away on purpose, and if you really love him, Samantha, you won't let him do it. By the time you rejoin the reception, dinner is already being served. You take a seat next to Mark, who pours you a glass of Chardonnay. I was about to send out a search party. Where'd you disappear to? The restroom. Mark frowns at the tightness in your voice, glancing over at Tristan. Trouble in paradise? It's not really his business, but he has been trying to help me out. I'll tell him what's happening. That was my ex who came in yesterday. Mark has a low whistle. Whew. I'm starting to see where the problem is. Your lover boy knows for sure your ex is your ex, right? I hope so. Mark nods and turns back to his dinner. The rest of your meal passes by in silence. Before long, you hear the DJ calling your name. It's time for your speech. Your eyes swivel to a veiled statue on the dance floor, your wedding gift to Renee and Finn. You stand by shakily, trying to steal the tremors in your legs and make your way to the microphone stand. This entire trip has led to this moment. You take a deep breath, tugging the drape off the sculpture. Fabric falls down to the ground, revealing the efforts of your work, your present to Ren. Huh, that's quite beautiful, actually. It's a ballerina, tall and beautiful, legs twisted and the roots stuck deep into the soil. Her arms are long, held over her head and growing up to the skyline like tree limbs. From their arms sprout tiny, intricate leaves. Taking a deep breath, you pluck the microphone off its stand and begin speaking. I remember the day I met Renee. Her hair was up in one of those tight little ballerina buns she wore all throughout grade school. And Ricky Jones had just stepped on her fingers. I instantly felt a connection. You raise your arm, looking at your knuckles. I'm pretty sure I still have the scars from when he stepped on my hand that day. Crowd laughs, and Renee's lips curve up in a soft smile. But Renee was always different than me. Instead of worrying about herself, she helped Ricky up to his feet when he fell. She's always been like that. A harbor of strength, a sheltering tree to all those lucky enough to be loved by her. But she's kind of crazy, too. As the crowd murmurs, you glance over at Tristan's seat nearby his mother. It's empty. A few months ago, Renee called at midnight to tell me about a guy. He was wonderful, perfect, and he was going on a date with him. She was going on a date, sorry. But 4 weeks later, after many phone calls in between, she told me she loved him. To be honest, I was shocked, but who was I to judge? But then she told me she was gonna marry him. He looked down, feeling so raw and vulnerable in front of Renee and the crowd. I thought she was having one of her crazy moments, like she'd literally lost her mind. Because I'd spent 6 years with my boyfriend, and my heart still wasn't open to the idea of forever. Stare out in the silent crowd. How, in such a short time, did Renee know that she loved him? You see, Renee and I are the same age, 2 weeks apart. We've done everything together, shared birthdays, same friends, same graduation. But how could this girl I grew up with be so careless with her heart to marry a man after such a short time? Gasps and murmurs out throughout the hall, but your focus is completely on Renee. But 6 days ago, I realized that Renee had it right the whole time. Because time isn't a factor in matters of the heart. I can see now she's given her whole heart to Finn. She's shown him her flaws and let him really see her. Because that's how love works. That's what I want. I don't want perfect, I want flaws. And I want passion. I want someone to give me everything without holding back. Even the ugly pieces. Even the pieces hidden from everyone else. Gaze out over the crowd, searching for that familiar, handsome face. Love is about being vulnerable. It's about doing things that scare you. Like giving your heart to someone after a few weeks. Or a few days. When you find the right person, time stops. Looking back over to Renee and Finn, you smile and nod at them. And that's what happened to Renee and Finn. You slipped the microphone back onto its stand, stepping away so it wouldn't pick up your next whisper. And that's what happened to me. You raise your glass up to the air, to the bride and groom, and to a love that is timeless. The room cheers wildly, and Mark stands up and approaches you, clapping one hand on your shoulder. Good job, Samantha. The ball's in his court. He steps up to the microphone and makes his own speech as you weave your way back through the sea of tables. I feel drained. I poured so much of myself into that speech. I don't think I'm needed for anything else. No, I mean, it's your best friend's marriage. Stick around. I should stay in case Renee needs me for anything else. She'd want me to try and enjoy myself. Is it time for the drunkest maid of honor routine, or is that too cliché? An elderly man you haven't seen before is standing nearby your table. Seeing you, he walks forward. Is that piece yours? The sculpture? Yes. The elegantly dressed man nods and offers his hand out in introduction. My name is Henry Cummington. I own a gallery downtown. Pieces like yours are exactly what I've been looking for, miss. The world suddenly seems to tilt toward around you and go still. Is this really happening? This has got to be one of the worst days of my life. This man is here offering me a glimmer of hope? It might be nothing, but maybe it's exactly the thing I need to breathe life into my career. I'm Samantha Smiles. It's nice to meet you. Your work is stunning, Miss Smiles. Absolutely stunning. The man places a business card in your palm, curling your fingers around its crisp edges. Please call me. I'd love to chat. Tomorrow, perhaps. We have a wedding to enjoy, after all. Henry bids you goodbye and walks away to join what you assume to be his wife on the dance floor. You mechanically reach for your clutch, tucking the card away. You have to check twice to make sure it's secure. Boy, have I been there. I can barely wrap my brain about what just happened. Today has been too overwhelming. I'm going back to my room. You exit the reception quietly, taking the elevator up to your room. The hallway is quiet and still. Maybe Tristan heard my message. Maybe he's waiting in my room. I hope. He isn't there. You enter your room alone, stepping out of your gown and letting it pile onto the floor. The bed is cold, lonely, and your warm tears soaking the pillow. Tomorrow I'll fly back to LA and try to forget the man who stole my heart when I wasn't paying attention. But tonight, I'll cry until I can't anymore. And maybe when I'm done, my heart won't ache as much. I can honestly say I've been there. Not in her exact shoes, but to cry because of love lost. Hopefully, especially because we have 2 chapters left. Hopefully, they can rekindle it. So, yeah, there's the summary for the next chapter. Hope you're all enjoying the video. I thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, or subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit that little bell so you receive notifications of any and all videos that do go up. And without further ado, head down the description below. Links to social media or Discord and a few links to support me and my content. And we do have a Twitch channel. Feel free to follow me over there, where I do other types of content, such as Detroit Becomes Human, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, other gameplays that's coming down the pike. Wow. And if you haven't checked my channel update video, just give it a few minutes. I guarantee you won't regret it. And until next time, stay well, stay awesome, and thanks for watching. Peace.